Hey guys everyone, so today we're just going to be taking a look at some listings, so let's get right into it. So this is for Legacy and Studio Series. We're going to start with Legacy, let's get right into it. So we're going to start with all the core class figures. It's starting from here all the way down from Wave 1, of course, to 3, so let's get right into it. So we have, first off for Wave 1, Skywarp Hot Rod, and Iguanus, I think, or it's Ignuus, I think. I'm not entirely sure how to say that name, but yeah, you see it right there, you know what I mean. So if I'm assuming, because it does have like x2 or like ×2, I'm assuming that means it will be sold in packs of 2 for most stores. That's what I'm guessing. I'm not entirely sure. So we have Skywarp Hot Rod, and that name I don't know how to say. But for Skywarp and Hot Rod, we can assume, you know, it'll be probably the standard look. I'm assuming Skywarp will probably be a repaint of the Kingdom Core Class Starscream, and Hot Rod will be a new mold. I'm not entirely sure for that last one what it will look like. Not familiar with the character, but very cool. For Wave 2, we have Optimus Prime PR, which I'm assuming is Prime, so I think we will have a core class Optimus Prime with the, you know, deco of Transformers Prime. If that's right, I'm not sure. We also have a G2 Megatron, so I'm not sure how different that will be from Kingdom Megatron. It might be a repaint of the Kingdom Core Class Megatron. I'm not entirely sure, but of course a different deco, more military jungle camouflage like. We have a Shockwave, which does not come as any surprise. There will be several listings in here for Studio Series and Legacy that we already heard about and we're expecting to happen, so do be aware of that. So that's related for Wave 1 and 2. Let's just recap. Shockwave, Hot Rod, not really surprising, I would say. Optimus Prime PR, I'm not entirely sure what that the PR means. I'm assuming that means Transformers Prime, Optimus Prime in a core class size. That sounds interesting. And G2 Megatron, most likely a repaint of the Kingdom Megatron. And then Shockwave, we're expecting that for a very, very long time. A lot of people were expecting it to be actually in Wave 3 of Kingdom, but we got Shockwave, not Shockwave, Soundwave, and Dracodon. No one was really wanting Dracodon, they were wanting Shockwave. But now we're going to get it now, so that's good. But of course, none of this is official, but most likely quite a bit of it probably will be happening in some time in 2022. Just a matter of when. And here we have Wave 3, we have a repack of Soundwave, of course, from Kingdom. We have an Energon Monster, which is a core class figure, and we have Skullgrin. So let's get right through it. So Soundwave, repack, nothing interesting there. Energon Monster. So if I'm correct, a lot of people are saying this too, that the Energon Monsters will be kind of the replacement of the fossilizers and weaponizers and modulators from the War for Cybertron trilogy. So they'll have that same kind of splitting gimmick like they did, but a new probably kind of deco, you know, because most of the fossilizers, really all the fossilizers were dinosaur themed, so these might be all kind of Energon monster kind of mutated look probably. Of course, this is a core class figure, so I would not expect it to be able to split into pieces, but most likely in the deluxe sizes and the Voyager sizes, or I don't know how big they'll get, they will separate. So that's nice. So Skullgrin, that is quite interesting, because the last Skullgrin they made, if I'm correct, was in Power of the Primes. That was quite a while ago. If you're unsure of what line it was or what class it was a Prime Master, and I'll just tell you about those for a second. So Prime Master, really, it was pretty much like a Titan Master. You just had a small figure, and inside there was a Titan, a little Titan, you know, a little Titan Headmaster, whatever you want to call him, a Headmaster or Titan Master. Inside there, that could be stored in there. Also, the little shell, which was Skullgrin. He was the shell piece. He was not the Titan Master. He would turn into a gun for the other characters you could give to use. For example, like really just a Battle Master now, but it came with a small Headmaster that could fit inside of it, pretty much. That's really the simple term. So now into deluxes. Excuse me. We have for Wave 1, we have Skids, so I'm assuming this is the G1 Skids. We have Drag Strip, not as really surprised at all, because we knew we were going to start probably getting more combiners, which I'm very, very looking forward to, because Combiner Wars was probably my least favorite line they've ever made so far. Some people might think that's completely wrong, but in my opinion, I think it is the worst one so far. Because there weren't that many original molds. It was a lot of repaints, tons of repaints. So I'm very excited to see what they do for these upcoming combiners. I'm really looking forward to that, especially Dragstrip. I think he's probably my favorite of these Stunticons. We have Prime RC, of course, from Transformers Prime, so you know exactly what that looks like. She'll turn into the motorcycle, and she'll probably have 2 guns. Dragstrip, the Combiner Wars version, it came. I used to have it. I sold it off quite a while back. It came with a sword and a little combiner hand. So for Combiner Wars, each piece came with a piece that would form either a foot or the hand, which was kind of clever. So I'm not entirely sure how they're going to do this combiner. Is Dragstrip going to come with a piece to form the foot or the hand, or will it just be out of the entire figure himself? Like, it will be part of the figure and it will transform into the hand. I don't know. I do have a possible theory of how that will go. I'll come back to that in a second. So, Prime Mercy expected that. Kickback, that is an Insecticon from the old G1 show. You know what that is. It's an Insecticon. There's 3, so most likely we will get all 3. Looking forward to that, because I literally have no Insecticons, actually, which is very surprising. Wave 2, we have Prime Knockout. Most people who like Transformers, you know exactly who that is. I did have the old Transformers Prime Knockout. It was from the Beast Hunters line, so that one was kind of a different deco, so I'm very looking forward to getting this one. This one will have more of an accurate Prime deco. Also, the one I had did not have a very good transformation. It was very, very floppy. It came with a kind of staff, so I'm not sure what this one will come with. In the show, several times that he had a little staff in several episodes, but it was broken, I'm pretty sure, after one episode. He sometimes had guns, so that's really up for their own personal preference to what to give him. We have Alita 1, which I'm not really sure what will be, because we did get an Alita for Netflix, so this could be kind of a G1 accurate redeco. I don't know. We have Tarantulas, not a surprise at all. That's, of course, from Beast Wars. That will most likely be a slight redeco of Black Arachnia with some slight mold changes. We have Wild Rider, which I'm not sure what line that will be from. There was recently a Wild Rider made for the Cyberverse for the show. I don't think that will be, that's not included. They're not mixing Cyberverse in there because Cyberverse is its own line. So I'm assuming this will be a Wild Rider from previous renditions in different looks for him. So that's really it for Deluxes for Wave 1 and 2. Looking forward to all those, especially Prime RC. That's going to be really, really cool. I'm not sure what Wild Rider is going to look like. If you know, let me know in the comments. So for Wave 3, Point Blank, Crankcase, Energon Monster, and Dead End. So Dead End is a Stunticon, not surprising there, so most likely that will be, it'll turn into a sports car. Dragstrip turned into kind of a race car, was typically seen as yellow, the color of yellow. Energon Monster, as I said before, kind of like with the previous core class, I think it will carry that same kind of feature of splitting the pieces and you can attach them onto characters. Crankcase, if I'm correct, that is a figure, that is one of the figures that combines to form Devastator from the G1 show. I could be wrong about that. Apologies if I am. I think it is. Point Blank, not familiar with that character right now. I'm kind of, drawing a blank whenever I try and think of a character. I just completely blank out. But, yeah, so those are all deluxes. So Dead End, not surprised, because if they're going to make, Dragstrip, they got to finish the Combiner, of course. Energon Monster, saw that coming. Crankcase and Point Blank, I'm pretty sure Crankcase is one of the Devastator figures, if I'm correct. Not for the not for Revenge of the Fallen, but for G1, but I'm not sure. Point Blank, not entirely sure who that is. But I will probably remember after I stop recording this video. Voyager class. Let's get right into it. So Blaster and Bulkhead, which is not a surprise at all because we actually did have a listing of Blaster for Kingdom, but it was pushed to Legacy, of course, like we are looking at now. So that is pretty cool. This will be a Voyager, which I'm really looking forward to. I do have the Titan's Return Leader class Blaster, so that will be pretty interesting to see the comparison between the two over the years, because Titan's Return was quite a while ago. I do hope either in like maybe they'll bring back the Micromasters, or maybe they'll do like a 2-pack of Blaster's minicons as cassettes, because that would be pretty nice. Because they do have all the cassettes for Siege Soundwave and Netflix Soundwave, but they really have stopped doing Micromasters. They really just have been doing core classes. So I'm hoping that they will release some cassettes for Blaster, or maybe they will just possibly price up Blaster at like $10 and add the 2 minicons that go with them. I think one's a lion and one's just a standard robot. Forgot their names, but that would be cool if they could. Bulkhead, I'm actually really looking forward to this one too, because I did collect the old Transformers Prime characters, but I never was able to get the original deco of Bulkhead from Transformers Prime. I was able to get the Beast Hunters one, which is good, but I'm still looking forward to getting the original one. We have we have Prime Soundwave, which that's going to be pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to that, because Prime Soundwave, he's an awesome character, really liking the deco. I actually do have the original Transformers Prime Soundwave. It was a good character. Just the problem was in the show, of course, he was a very slender, slim character, and I'm hoping they keep that, but also let's have the price worth it for a Voyager $30 price. Maybe he'll come with Laserbeak and some other accessories, like some maybe relics from Transformers Prime that they had here and there in the show, or maybe his little arm tentacles that came out of him he used several times. This other one is Jaquaeus, I think. I'm not Jahias, I think. I'm not sure who that is. I have been doing very bad at names today for 2 characters. This one and the one over at the very top, this Iguanus, I think. Apologies, but even if I knew how to say that name, I don't know who that character is. And here we have some other Voyagers. We have Beast Wars Inferno and Armada Starscream. So Beast Wars Inferno does not come as a surprise at all, because when we got the listings for Beast Wars Inferno for Kingdom, we were like, okay, that's the Beast Wars one, but then it turned out to be the G1 Inferno, of course, in Wave 2. So now we were like, it's only a matter of time. We're going to get a Beast Wars Inferno that turns into the Ant. We're going to get it sometime. And I'm really looking forward to that. I'm wondering how that's going to turn out. That's going to be really cool. Armada Starscream, that's going to be an amazing figure. I'm really looking forward to that. I was not able to get any Armada figures. I do have one. I have Armada Optimus Prime. I think he was, I forgot what class they put him for, because that was way back. They have different class names now, but I do have Armada Optimus, and that's it. I do have a lot of Cybertron and Energon, but not only one Armada. So that will be very interesting to see what they're going to do with Starscream. So for leaders, we have Laser Optimus Prime in Wave 1. We have 2 in Wave 2. We have Galvatron and Blitzwing. So for Galvatron, I'm not sure how. My theory is, if you watched the old Transformers Prime movie, there was Unicron. He took control of Megatron when he was dead and changed him. So maybe that is him. I'm not entirely sure. Or it could just be a redeco of the Kingdom Galvatron. I don't know. It does say PR, so that might be Prime Galvatron. Don't know. Blitzwing, that will be, of course, G1 Blitzwing, who transforms into the tank, the jet, and the robot. Of course, looking forward to that a lot. Laser Optimus Prime, not entirely sure what series that's from, of course, because Legacy is going to be from a lot of them. Transformers Prime, Armada, Beast Wars, maybe more, a G1, of course, and more along down the road. but I'm assuming that's what PR stands for, Prime. But yeah, Dragon Megatron, Transmittal to Dragon Megatron, from Beast Wars Season 3. That one I'm probably looking forward to the most out of Legacy right now. The second most, probably Armada Starscream. And I mean, these all sound amazing. Just Dragon Megatron, that that sounds so awesome. I actually really wanted to. If you watched my theory videos in the past for the Commander class before we knew it was Rodimus for Kingdom, I said several times they should do Dragon Transmittal to Megatron from Beast Wars, but didn't happen. But now seems like we probably are, and I am so pleased we're gonna get it. It sounds so awesome. I'm hoping it will be pretty darn big, because in the show the dragon was pretty darn huge and really cool looking. Hopefully it will come with some accessories, because the main problem I had with Beast Wars Megatron and Kingdom, and that this goes for T-Rex too. They didn't come with any accessories, so I do hope this one does come with some accessories. That would be really cool. And that is pretty much it for that. We have just a few more. We have Commander class. We have Motormaster, which of course is the main center and the leader of the Stunticons, which does not come as a surprise at all. See, here's my theory. I waited for this to be there so I could tell you about it. So, I was talking about earlier with Dragstrip and the other Stunticons like Dead End. I think either the figures, the deluxe size figures, they will come with the piece that forms their foot or hand, or it will be transformed out of it. Or I have a theory that with Commander class Motormaster, he will come with all the little connection pieces for the combined mode. Like he'll come with all the hands and the feet and all the swords and all the extra accessories to go with it. But that is just a thought. I don't know. They got Titan class Cybertron Metroplex, which I'm so looking forward to, because I was not able to get the previous Metroplex, which is impossible to find now. So I'm so glad that they're going to be able to do this with this. That it's not official, but probably it will happen, because we actually did recently learn of a deluxe Slammer for one of the last deluxe figures for Kingdom, which is like his buddy, Metroplex's buddy. So I think it will probably happen. I don't think they would just make it and then just not do it. But I think that's really it for this video. I will do a separate video just discussing Studio Series. That's it, alone, because there's a lot of listings here, and I was talking for a long time about this. So I will do a separate video for Studio Series, just so I can more focus on one line and the other line and give my thoughts and not be confused or anything. But this is just on Cybertron.com if you want to see this. Again, a lot of these are ones we were expecting or heard of before, like Motormaster and Metroplex. I heard several people thinking of that was going to happen, especially since Slammer is now out. Several people have reviewed it, so that's official. But really looking forward to it, and I think that's it. So I'll see you next time.